Mr. Zungu, please come and assist me with the program. We would want to have a discussion, get some feedback, as well as if there are any comments about everything that has happened today and probably what is it that we want to see this podcast doing. Over to you, Mr. Zungu. Then immediately after you are done with this session, we'll then invite Qhobhosheane as the Deputy Chairperson of Council to give us a vote of thanks. By that time, we should be ready for lunch, but we'll be advising scheduled for 12 o'clock. And also will then allow will also allow people to in groups probably to go and see the podcast so that you witness the Utikona and Google without the AI. Thank you very much, Mr. Zungu.
Thank you very much. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Colleagues, Council, RM, let me just say to be safe, all protocols observed. My task is very simple, is to get everyone to talk, which will be very easy. I think the principal has spent about 45 minutes doing it. So 1 minute to anyone who has something to say. It's a comment, it's a question. We have about 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm not sure if the camera can move because I didn't want to stand in the podium. I'll just move around. You can raise your hands. Let me take at least first 5 people. Then we'll see if we still have time. Then we can proceed. It's a question, it's a comment, any of the two. But on a lighter note, I must say, I was talking to Mr. Major when the principal went down. I said, hey, principal, the principal called me one of the days and said, Mr. Zungu, this is what I want you to do. And I promise you'll be the first guest in the podcast. So I was sitting there waiting for my turn. The next thing I'm told, the principal is making the first appearance. I'm saying, how? Principal, only to realize too much, I was also promised to be the second one. So colleagues, it's a good day. We are happy. We found ourselves here. Some of us will be in the podcast for the first time. So we're just waiting for our turn. But while we're waiting for our turn, let us raise hands if you have a comment, a question. I don't want to move around and say, what do you have to say? Let me just get those hands. I know you're dying to say something. I know that for a fact. Let me just move around. Who wants to say a few words? Next table, next table, next table. By show of hands, colleagues. 1. Oh, okay, we have a roaming mic. Okay, we'll take Mr. Machula first and I'll come to you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Mine is just a congratulatory comment to Elangeni TVET College. And basically, as part of the family of Elangeni TVET College, I do want to say I'm such a proud family member to be part of this college, which is a trendsetter, which is a trailblazer, which is a path maker, which makes way where there is no way. It is exemplary. It's by only through the means of the kind of the leadership that we have. It has already been mentioned to say we do not only dream, but we put our actions where our dreams are. So for me, it is very motivating, not just motivating in the context of the educational sector, but even as an individual, I get motivated to say there is nothing that you cannot achieve if you want to put your mind to it. So I am quite pleased to see these developments, and I'm quite pleased to see our college aligning itself with each and every revolution and development that we find ourselves to be experiencing at that point in time. It is challenging even to me as an individual, as I've already said, to see an institution that says, if there are any developments, what is it that we can do to ensure that we tap into what has been newly developed, to ensure that we are efficient in every way that is needed and that is necessary. So basically, Principal Kula and your team, you've already uploaded marketing, all of you. We are behind you, and thank you so much for being a kind of a leader that you are. A leader of character, not just charisma. A leader that stands on his words and never waver. We are grateful to have you and your senior management and everyone else. We are going to continue to follow in your leadership, and by those words, I pray that God keeps you, because I can't fathom where we are going to find ourselves in the future, but I think we are really going somewhere. Thank you very much.
Please also just to congratulate the college. My name is Taban from MTN. I work in the communication space, and I think for us as MTN, we are pleased to see the college starting a podcast, because we as the telecommunication invest billions into the infrastructure to enable such platforms. Then the question maybe could be, Uguti, industries like ours, are we going to get an opportunity to advertise into this podcast? Thank you.
Greetings to everyone. My name is Qhobhosheane. I work in Student Support Services here at Central Office. For me, I pretty much share the same sentiments as the first two speakers. Like to congratulate the college on such an amazing achievement. I believe Elangeni TVET College, we are trendsetters. Yeah. We are influencers. We influence the industry, we influence the sector. There's a lot of really amazing things that we do, and it's really exciting. For me, I'd like to add a comment on what I would like to see at the podcast. I'd like to see a lot of student-led conversations, because I believe that students are our main, we are here to service them. Without students, all of us don't have jobs. So I'd like to see student-led conversations. I'd like to see students speaking on mental health. We have Dr. Kumete here from Cloud Therapists. Maybe we can invite those stakeholders as well. I'd like to see students interact with industry stakeholders to have a conversation about occupational programs. What does it mean to be part of an OC program? What future do I have as a student when I'm part of those programs? I want to see students speak about academic support. What kind of support will they require from the institution? How can we assist them? So yes, for me, I would love to see more student-led conversations with the relevant stakeholders. Thank you.
Like 20 years ago in DHET, and we didn't even dream of a podcast at school. So this is like really, it's a big deal, and we don't even have enough information on TVET College. I think so. As a marketing manager, I'm also very passionate about entrepreneurs and business school. So what I would love to see, and I think companies like us at ICOCA would love to come and have conversations around entrepreneurship, upskill, because I believe outside, like entrepreneurship is one of those important skill sets. Yes. And it is empowerment of youth. I think we've got no other choice outside of entrepreneurship, so we need to have those conversations, and not just us ICOCAs baningi that would love to come and talk and educate and get students on board on those conversations. So when you do your annual what do you call it, timetable, I would like to suggest a series of business talks. Yes. We'd love to come here and talk to your students. Thank you.
I am a founder of Zungu Solutions. I'm also an independent lecturer at a private institution. So I'd just like to say that congratulations to Elangeni. I am a lecturer at a private institution, but no one has actually launched a podcast before you guys within the higher education space that I've been in. So we'd like to just congratulate you guys and to echo the same sentiments of what Jonella was saying with regards to entrepreneurship. To be quite honest, South Africa is a developing country, meaning it is becoming essential for at least 50% of young people to start their own businesses. And especially with the push of TVET colleges in terms of skills, automatically, whether AI is here to stay with skills, AI can contribute to that, but it's not going to remove the necessity of skills that TVET colleges are currently doing within our youth. So I'm grateful to be part of this launch and continue to be change makers within the space. We look forward to working with Elangeni even more often because you are part of the revolution that South Africa, KZN, actually does need. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity to the principal and welcome to observe all protocol that has already been established. I am the famous Nekuku who speaks. She's been talking about this. One thing that I can tell you is you are led by a person who, me and her, we believe in separating roles. When we speak about business, I call him party. Because when I'm here, we speak about business. But when we're out of that space, we speak as friends. So we don't even think I'm here because of the friendship. There's no friendship. She wants to be values. She wants to be valuables, she wants things to be seen and done. What I want to add from the salon, our salon is more of a wellness studio. She got interested, she sent people, she wanted to know what's happening in the salon. So when we bring the students there, my wish and my dream about people is they need to evolve. We know each other as teachers, but we're not teachers anymore. I've been in an educational institution, I left in a very high position, I started my own thing. So we want people to learn to evolve and use the energy that they have while they still have time. We saw our parents retiring at 60. They didn't have energy to do anything. So that's why we are moving, the pace we're moving at this age. Our salon wants people to come and be dreamers. One of the things that made me start a salon is I started my own body products, natural body products. So we want to encourage them because we also have people in our space who are in all institutions where they will come and encourage them and tap on what they like so that they have, by the time they leave our salon, they have their own thing. They're just not practicing hair, but they know how to use and to start making the oil treatment. People are going to come and show them how to do that so that if they have in their hearts to have their own things in their own names, not just to have a 6 months internship and live as they can. So that's our dream, and that's why we'll be pushing also to connect them with other sectors, not just to come in the morning and work at the salon. So I love the drive and the energy in this room where everybody has a dream, a director to take this institution forward. And really, this is one of a kind. You never find such institutions, perhaps even in other provinces. So we love the trend setting that this college is doing. And we are here as partners in this business to support and make sure it grows in leaps and bounds. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Sabelo Gumede from Cloud Therapist. Maybe also mine is just to echo the sentiments that the colleague have already expressed. But of course, mine is a biased one, is that of the wellness of students. And having already worked with students in the college, we have quite ascertained the extent of the mental health profile of the students. And I was just having a conversation with the principal earlier on to say, we've kind of already have a picture on where we are, with the college as it pertains to the issue of mental health. So I want to congratulate the college. We were lucky as club therapists, we saw it right from inception when the principal and the other stakeholders were still putting it together. And me and her, we agreed that, of course, we'll come back to also contribute within once the podcast is live. But I also wanted to deal with the issue of the policy and the issue of legislation as it pertains to the issues of gender-based violence. That, for example, if you look at the the pillars of gender-based violence, they are frameworked in 6 pillars. And one of the key pillars is the pillar number 2 that looks at the issues of prevention. So if you also going to use platforms such as podcast, or rather I want to say podcast will come in very handy in terms of dealing with the issue of awareness, education, and ultimately pillar number 4 would also come in handy where you now deal with issues of intervention, where you are looking at how can you provide healing care and support for students. So the podcast then will come in very handy in making sure that that information is available to the students, but more importantly also some interventions they don't see the light because students don't know about them, so then the podcast would then act as that platform where some of the introductions in terms of interventions that the college has made will be discussed and be able to be available to students. So I'm excited. I think it's a great intervention and it's going to align with digitization that the college is also undertaking. Yeah. So with that, thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
As Amazulu Football Club, we are committing ourselves to contribute the content whenever a college feels we should contribute. And, our professional coaches will be available. Our doctors, our staff will always be available to provide the content and support the podcast so that it can be successful. And I'm glad to go to call another Dr. Kumete because every time my scholar go work on the way I snap hence we performance.
Thank you so much. Can something great come from Elangeni? The answer is a resounding yes. Thanks to having an opportunity to be led by Mrs. TJ Kula Uzodwa. This is as a result of great conversations that we are having in senior management. What you see in the open, it is as a result of great conversations. I think the podcast is one of those conversations because we take our strategic pillars very seriously. DHET has got 3 very important pillars that we as Elangeni have pioneered in terms of implementation. One of them is digitalization. The second one is third stream income and the extended access program. And all of these, they talk about innovation. And we have implemented UTSI, third stream income. The guy is going to be starting tomorrow because the podcast, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen, to approve it, if it was not going to be an income generating platform for the college. Because DHET has already declared that we cannot be a sustained institution or a sustained platform as a TVET if there is no private sector. So it's very, very important. In our case, coming back to the question of whether MTN can be in a position to advertise, the answer is a resounding yes. Because Elangeni TVET College is positioning itself as a learner-centric, industry-relevant, and market-driven college. Can I get a big round of applause? So before and after, what we are looking at is 2045, where the vision 2045, when all of us sitting around this table will be no more. We'll be all be retired, some of us will be dead, but we are saying, when you sitting with 2045, joining the dots, you will be saying the 30th of June, 2026 was a landmark. That was the turning point, because we want to build legacies. We want to build things that are going to outlive us. And this podcast is one of those things that are going to outlive us. Amen.
It's very important not to tap into someone's tender. There is only one pastor. No, what I wanted to say here is, firstly, I want to congratulate Elangeni TVET College, because it is one of the 9 colleges in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, one of the 50 colleges in South Africa. But it is among the top TVET colleges in the implementation of new programs, in ensuring that it talks to the need of the economy in our country, both in the district and in our Republic of South Africa. Secondly, I wanted also to request that all of us here, let's find a way of supporting Elangeni. It's either financially or otherwise, because TVET colleges may come to a situation, if you look at our country, we may come to a situation where there will be no funding from our government, but colleges must still run and ensure that we are able to train our young people, we are able to change our young people. My main dream until I wake up when I retire is to see our country without the street kids, but all those young people out there being trained, being more motivated to become entrepreneurs, to have input in our country which is positive, and to be able to put bread on the table. It is the TVET colleges that will be able to do that. So I want to congratulate Elangeni. Secondly, I want to appeal to each and every one of us here who is coming from the private industry, not to shy away from the college, but to ensure that we support the college financially. Sometimes it's not financial, but to be there and assist in the new development of the curriculum. Because our curriculum should talk to the economic needs, should talk to the community needs, should talk to our district needs. That's why I've been encouraging all principals that their colleges should form part of the district forums, where things are happening and where the economic needs are. It's very important then that we support these colleges. You know that where we come from, as I told you before, that I'm 34 years in the sector. It started as a vocational schools, where it was only for those who can't cope in class. Then it went to a technical college, where there was some kind of modification. Then we went to an FET. I'm one of those who stood up and fight against FET. Because FET says it's a further education and training. It means it's what you do, you should be doing at a high school. I even told the person who was the HOD at the time that don't make us a glorified high school. I was disciplined, but they saw what I was saying. Then we moved to TVET colleges. In TVET colleges, we were also introduced with the vocational certificate, which is NCV, National Vocational Certificate, NCV. However, now we are moving towards occupational programs. Occupational programs will assist us because you can move from skills to a degree, to a master's degree within a TVET college. So this is saying, even if you want to see yourself with a degree, you are in the right channel. If you go to a TVET college, start with not even a diploma, start with a skills for 6 months. Once you finish that, you move to a certificate, a diploma, move up to a degree and so on. So I'm saying that TVET colleges don't have a stigma that you know of. It's not for young people who can't process the teaching and learning in class, but it's for young people who are innovative and who see where they want to go. And then we are a vehicle to ensure they get to where they want to go. With those words, Mrs. Kula, I want to thank you. I am amazed of the work that you do with your team. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Angazi mase yona iPMDS lengi protector.
Two things. The college says city must fail. City inkulu lento. This is the Woolworths.
I'm not in what you're saying. I'm saying you must be careful of the Woolworths, because you might be found with the Woolworths pen.
For your time and for the comments that we have received, and we said that Qhobhosheane hoping ukuthi uzosiguide all the way forward. Thank you.
Mr. Zungu, you've done well. Ngabe ngiphucile mic if bese ngingasafuni nesikhathi. Mr. Zungu, and thank you very much to everyone for those inputs. Rest assured we'll consider all of them and ensure that as we move forward with this podcast, we'll incorporate them to make this a success. Qhobhosheane is indicated as the Deputy Chairperson of Council, what has finally been.
Thank you so much, for this opportunity. Let me just acknowledge who principal, who is our trailblazer in this institution. The past 2 weeks we had a good deputy minister with us. She said, how I wish I can clone her. So that the other institutions can learn from her. And then we issued a warning that, please, don't steal her. We need her in this campus. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just thank Ubaba Upagate, Acting Regional Manager, the Deputy Principals that are present with us, campus managers, the sitters that are present, our stakeholders from the various industries, and we really appreciate your presence. Without your partnership, we would be nowhere. We want to say that we really appreciate this, and we want to go further. We want to do more with each other, holding each other's hand. Because the TVET colleges are the future. The occupational programs that are being introduced are the future. You know, when a clarion call was made that you need to move to what the country needs. As Elangeni College, we embraced it with open arms. And we started, we said, this is what we are going to do. And within a short space of time, I'm not comparing, but within a short space of time, we now have an aircraft maintenance program at our Nanda campus, in line with the maritime that is the closeness to the maritime, we are going to be introducing a program for shipbuilding repairs, which is also very critical. And you then had the skills center that was launched, where people, young people who require skills are going to get those skills that are needed by the industry. We have to take principal and colleagues and everybody. If you go from Pietermaritzburg to Durban, it's a hive of activity. So we just need to say, how can we then look back and say, this hive of activity that is taking place here, how can we benefit our students so that they are better people, so that they can get skills required either through the technical programs or either through, because there are firms that are prepared. You open your own hair salon, kulama centers that are being opened. We now have a program that is accredited. I think it's accredited. Beauty and yes, it's accredited. So you get people who are going to be professionally trained on how to provide for your hair, how to provide for your well-being, because it includes your body massage, your hair, your everything, your wellness, for you to be able to function holistically as an individual. City just to SRC, all the senior management, all the colleagues that are here, we need to hold each other's hands and say that in you can only do that if we hold each other's hands and we move in unity. Our problems are always there and they will always be there, but we need to sit down and work around them. Come up with our mitigation strategies to say, how do we navigate around this challenge that is affecting A, B, C, D. I'm a believer that there is no challenge that is without a solution. So we sit down, we deal with those challenges. And there's this challenge that we don't have jobs, but the government is there to create an enabling environment for you to get the required skills. This is one of the institutions that is doing that. So, so that we get what is required. From the council and Elangeni TVET, I just want to say thank you to all our stakeholders that are here with us today. Let's continue with this partnership because we need you. Thank you for availing yourselves, sacrificing your time. Now, but you are here with us, and the house is full. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Principal, for being such a visionary. Siyabonga kakhulu nje kanye nama lecturers for supporting. Siyabonga.
As earlier indicated, you do have an opportunity to go down to the podcast. You can even take pictures and live if you want. And this will shoot but if you want, you are allowed to do so. It will go a long way. Lunch is here, but they are preparing. We'll have to have established some sort of an order so that the space is running. Probably with this table, that table, that table, then this table, and then the rest of the tables in that order. Thank you very much.